you! You're my boy!
Today I'm in the Kootenays and I'm riding in Rossland, British Columbia. Specifically, I'm riding a trail called Whiskey. It's got some flow, some jumps, and it has some challenging slabs and tricky sections that you can really challenge yourself with. I really think this is a world-class trail. So if you're in the area, make sure you swing by Rossland. I'm sure there are a bunch of other ones to discover, but Whiskey is absolutely fantastic. So here you go, here's Whiskey in Rossland.
Memories and pictures painted in our minds of yesterday. And we're wrong and we're right. I left you there, but now you're far behind. And I'm blind to everything I brought, but now I know.
Right off the top, there are two drops on Whiskey. The first one I don't think is rollable, but I think is pretty manageable for anyone above an upper intermediate. I kind of suck at drops. It's something I really want to improve on this year, so I stopped and walked it. The second drop I do think is rollable, but I didn't have enough speed. I was walking, so I just walked it as well. I think I could have just rolled right through it. But anyway, if you're an upper intermediate or an advanced, just carry speed through this top section and just do two drops. Shouldn't be a big deal. After those two drops, the trail opens up into some super fun single track. There's a few tiny little jumps, it's a little bit twisty. I just had a blast through this section. After you speed through that section, the trail gets a bit more technical as you approach a rock slab that has a few lines you can take. I took the chicken line on the right. It still was a little bit gnarly. There's probably a bit of a GoPro effect on here. It was a little bit steeper than it looks. Totally doable for an intermediate. Just watch your line here. It's not super obvious if you're going in blind.
Okay.
After that rock slab, you go back to some fast single track with a few technical sections and a couple optional lines. One thing to remember when you're riding in this area is it is wild country. On this climb on this day, I ran into both a black bear and a wolf. The bear just sauntered off into the bush when it heard me coming around the corner, and when I stopped to take a piss one time, I looked out into the bush and staring at me 20 feet away was a wolf. I would have pissed my pants, but I was already pissing. After running through a couple sections of single track, this rocky section was a nice change up. A little bit of pedaling, a little bit of thought moving through it. It was really kind of fun. And it delivered a spectacular view when you got through it.
Easier option. Yes, please. Don't like those necessarily. Holy shit.
This was another technical bike length rollable section. I think an upper intermediate or an advanced rider would have no problems here. I think I could have done it myself, but I just wasn't feeling it that day, so I decided to walk it. This section of single track was a little more cross country. There's a little bit more pedaling and a little less speed. The trail continues on as single track for the next few minutes. It transitions from cross country to downhill, and I don't know what it looks like the first time watching it, but I have the memory of what it was like to ride it, and I'm telling you, it was an absolute blast. I'm going to speed up the tape by a factor of 2 just to get through it. Hopefully it gives you a good sense of what the trail was like. If you feel like adding some tech to your loop, there's a double block trail above Whiskey called Whiskey on the Rocks that offers up some steep rock slabs meant to challenge the advanced rider.
Oh, tight. Oh, shit.
I was having such a good time on this trail up to this point, and then things got even better. There was just something about the natural speed of the trail and the way it twisted through the forest that was just so thrilling. I just loved the last 2 minutes here.
Oh man, that section was fun.
I don't know the history of this trail, but I'm guessing it's been around since the 90s. I want to give a big thanks to the Kootenay-Columbia Trail Society for keeping this thing maintained, because it's an absolute gem.
Woo! What a great trail.